Hey guys, Roxbox90 here with another card in the day in the life of an EDH commander. So today we're going to talk about Rhystic Study, which is an EDH staple. So let's talk about it. So it's a blue card, 2 and a blue CC cost, total 3, and it's an enchantment. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1. So there's another card that's kind of the reverse of it, which I will hopefully talk about in a later video, or a similar styled card. But Rhystic Study, the reason it's so good is it gives you potentially massive card advantage for a very reasonable cost. It's a card that demands immediate attention, but oftentimes is not really dealt with straight up because there's a cost having to get rid of it, and most of the time people would rather just pay the 1, but many times they'll run into where they can't. And even if you can draw a total of 3 cards off of its 3 CC cost, that is already phenomenal. 3 for 3, that's great, and usually you get a lot more than that. So obviously this card's biggest strength is in multiplayer. I would not personally run this card in single player. It seems kind of pointless. The chances of you drawing from it are slim. It would give you an advantage because every time they play a spell it would cost 1 more in order to prevent you from gaining total card advantage, but even so, its only real strength is that it will rock in multiplayer. Ideally, of course, it's a huge target both in 1v1 and multiplayer, but you might want to consider it that way. But the main source of its strength is that it's essentially a card advantage, which in EDH, as I've mentioned in my How to Build an EDH Deck series, card advantage is an enormous deal in EDH. You don't really you win games by gaining card advantage because that gives you more options. More options gives you more things to do. More things to do means that you have an edge on your opponents at all times, and you basically end up in a much better position, ideally just winning from sheer card advantage. And this card is constant card advantage on a stick. It's an enchantment, so it's hard to kill. So for all you blue multiplayer players out there, I would consider running this card. There's a reason it's a staple. I don't run it in many decks just because in my meta group, and if your meta group's like mine, don't run it. In my meta group, Rhystic Study is often immediately dealt with, and I basically never get the draw card effect, which makes it a worthless card because when I draw it, I know that I'm getting nothing from it. But if your meta is not like that, definitely run it. It's a great card. So thank you guys for watching. Roxbox90 here, signing out. Please leave your comments below and let me know what you guys think, as well as future ideas for future videos. Thanks so much, guys. See you guys next time.